Hello and welcome to this morning time taste challenge. We have two American adjunct ice lattes. It's cold outside right now, mid 30s, a record breaking cold day for March in the midst of this global warming. All right. So we have Icehouse, introduced in 1993, the first United States of America ice beer brand. Bold taste. 5.5% alcohol, certified kosher, 153 calories. The Plank Road Brewery, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Now, I know a lot of people will do reviews and they'll say, I know Plank Road got bought out by Miller Brewing. Well, okay, Plank Road was always part of the Miller Brewing Company, meaning Philip Morris, until 2016. It was just like a subdivision that they made for promotional reasons, okay? Because the original Miller Brewery from 1855 was on Plank Road in Milwaukee. Just like in Baton Rouge, there's a road called Plank Road. Of course, now it's asphalt, but at one time it was a plank road. All right, made with wooden planks. Okay, so there you go, Icehouse. Ice beer was really developed in Canada. Some people claim Japan. I don't know. Now here's Bud Ice. Introduced in 1994. This is America's first draft beer to be ice brewed. And from what I know, the only draft beer to be ice brewed. Are there any other draft beers that are ice brewed? This is a packaged draft, cold filtered, not pasteurized, packaged draft beer. Now they've gone to the brown bottles of the last 2 years, which is what you want because it keeps the light out. This was brewed in Houston, Texas at 10:25 a.m. on January 14th, 2022, January 14th. The Icehouse was brewed, I'm not sure because I don't know this code, but it's Best by May 9th. Okay. I bought this at Winn-Dixie. They had it on sale, $10.49 for a 12-pack, $10.49. Now, some places do have it. I know $9.99. Had to pay 50 cents more, but I can't drive all over, using $3 worth of gas to save 50 cents. Wouldn't make any sense. Now, they always did have Bud Ice in the brown bottle if you bought the 18-ounce bottle. And if you look right above my finger where I'm pointing right there in this 720 HD camera, not the best camera, but I'm going to use it till it breaks, I'm telling you. There is the 18-ounce bottle of Bud Ice. Brown, all the way back to the 90s. Claude Diamond, I love Icehouse. Bart Robinson, good morning, Jay. Quite a nasty day here in South Jersey also. I'm sorry to hear that, Bart. Craig Swenson, this will be a good challenge. I do believe you're right. Claude Diamond, don't know if I could drink a beer before coffee, Ron. Well, I had coffee already. I had 3 cups of coffee this morning, and I had breakfast about 4:30 a.m. Got up about 2:10, 2:05, 2:10. I wanted to get up later, but Orangey the cat kept waking me up. In other words, she wanted me to get up. So she kept jumping on the bed, jumping off the bed. And I was like, I'm not fighting this. I'm just getting up. And then the wind was keeping me awake anyway half the night. But I guess I got 5.5 to 6 hours of solid sleep. Not the best, but, better than nothing. Once I washed my face and all, I felt good. Started drinking coffee. Yes, interesting challenge. And I looked at all the NBA, women's college basketball, men's college basketball, Division I NCAA, and Division I baseball. Got all that caught up. Started listening to music videos from Rock and Roll Club. Not watching the music videos, listening. Like this channel here, most people just listen. They don't need to. They know what they're looking at, so the high definition channel doesn't really even matter. High definition camera. Okay, but I will get one day if this Logitech ever breaks. And it's been on there for 10 years. Well, maybe 8 years. And, It serves its purpose. Okay, clear and gold. Now, you'll notice Icehouse usually a little darker than other beers, lager beers. So there's Icehouse. John Walker, Icehouse to me has much more depth than Bud Ice. Bud Ice is super smooth though. Okay, we're gonna see. Let's pop the cap in this 40-ounce bottle. I wanted to get a 12-ounce, but they didn't have those. And so I went up to, I was at a Kangaroo. No, retraction. I was across the highway at Circle K. And so they didn't have tags. I was like, can you check the price? They don't have tags. She didn't care. She said, okay. So the 25-ounce Bud Ice was $2.59. Not cheap. But the 40-ounce Bud Ice, which was a fresher bottle, I think, I don't remember, I think it was $2.39. So I said, I'll get the 40. Why would I pay, 20 cents more for a 25-ounce when I can get a 40-ounce for 20 cents less? Common sense. I bought 40-ounce. All right. I'm going to put these up because warmth is not their friend, and I'm going to let these rest in the refrigerator. They'll be just fine in the fridge. And then as the day goes on, I'll sip on them. And got to go walking for a mile. I went a half a mile already. And it was a cold half mile. Let me tell you, with that wind. And the wind was so strong last night. I heard stuff blowing over. It was garbage cans flying every sort of way. Oh, come on, man. Good, got it back. So I'll go put these up. They'll do fine in there. Not going to go flat that quickly. My friend David said, I saw you did the Dimple Pinch, 15-year age whiskey. He said, I thought you gave up liquor for Lent. I said, I did. I said, those videos, the liquor videos, the Dimple Pinch and this the brandy coming up, brandy. I said, those were recorded on or before March 1st, Mardi Gras Day. I didn't give up liqueurs for Lent, and I did not give up beer or wine, but I gave up liquor, which is got 36 days left. Because, I love doing those Dawn Busters taste challenges all the time. So, okay. So this is the Bud Ice, and this is the Icehouse. Well, the Bud Ice looks like it's a little darker. In this case, they're both deep gold. I mean, it's so close. I'm not going to worry too much about it. I enjoy Bud Ice, says Brian Mack. Always a go-to for me. It's hard to find Icehouse in my area in packs. Yeah. Sorry to hear that. We don't get the 42-ounce bottles here. I don't believe so. But we get the 18-ounce Icehouse bottles. We get the 12-ounce Icehouse bottles in 12 packs. We get 24-ounce cans. And that's it. No 12-ounce cans. I don't know why. It's like natural ice. We get 12-ounce cans, but we don't get the 12-ounce bottles anymore. But they still make them, but they don't sell them here in Louisiana. And Keystone Ice. Well, that's gone. Forget that. Keystone Light. We get the cans every day, but we don't get the bottles. But they exist, but we don't get them. Last time I saw Keystone 12-ounce bottles was a 12-pack along Interstate 45 in Texas on the west side of the interstate, if you want to get even more technical, even more techno. Morning, Ron, says Shane Giggy. Morning to you, Shane. Yeah, I know that photograph of Dimple Pinch was bad, but I don't know what happened to my photo. I took a nice photo, and I must have deleted it on accident. So I was like, oh, man. So I was trying to find a nice photo of the stuff poured into a glass. Couldn't really find. I didn't want to just put a picture of a bottle. And So I found that one. You know, you get the picture. It's Scotch. So I got to make sure I don't accidentally delete my photos. I'll get Bud Ice and Icehouse when the store's out of natural ice. Fair enough. I want to bring natural ice into this taste challenge, but I couldn't find a single of it. I know I can get 30 packs if they have them at Walmart. Well, I'll find a single somewhere along the highway around next week or two. You know, a pint can. Never tried natural ice. Is it good? Came out in 1995, went national in 96. So they had regional for a year and then yeah, it's good. It's different. Okay. A little drier, I think. Let's go here. You might remember the original Icehouse bottle, short neck bottle. There's the Plank Road Brewery in the snow, and there's the banner. So this is what they had. These were the 12 packs in 1996, or 6 packs. The Plank Road Brewery, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. It's just Miller, 5.5% alcohol. Oh, yeah, I forgot to put the alcohol level. I'll do that. They're both 5.5. Premium beer. Interesting that they call it beer on the label when it's above 5%. In 1996, this bottle came out. Could be 08. 1998, but I think it's 1996. Well, sometimes those things slip under the radar, you know what I mean? Like, they don't catch it. I'm talking about the U.S. regulators, they don't catch it. And you might remember the Bud Ice bottles where they had looked like the glass was shaped like ice. Remember these? The Bud Ice looked like ice. Bud Ice. I know this is from 96 because it was the official ice beer of the U.S. Olympics. And maybe it would be a good ice beer for the Olympics because only 125 calories for a strong beer, only 125 calories. So they got in on the game fast because they wanted to get in on the ice beer game. Thought the bottle was cleaner than it is, but I see that it got some little algae inside. I guess I didn't have it as clean as I thought, and it got corroded. 26 years on the shelf. Well, of course, I've never seen either of these, but I'd be keen to try them, says Shane. Yeah, and y'all get ice beers we can't get. I enjoy both, but my absolute favorite is Old Milwaukee Ice. Yes, that's a good one, and I cannot get it. I've seen it in Ohio, and I bought singles for 99 cents, 24-ounce cans. Cannot find it. We get that here, Bart, 5.5, 6% here, Shane. Let me update my notes. So that tastes good, clean. It's got a little twang to it. Both are 5.5% American adjunct lagers. Let me update my. Are 5.5% ABV. Good. Mild, mellow, smooth, easygoing, relaxing, nice product. I don't know what the deal is where people have this fanatical hatred of ice beers. Like, oh, that's cheap. It's junk. I was like, well, if you remember in 1993, ice beers were sold at the premium level, sort of like around Michelob level. So was Red Dog. Then there's like a little alcohol taste on this, almost like a whiskey. You say, oh, you're crazy. I don't know. You get it. But then I think the sales were not as big as they thought. And just kind of like the ice beer craze sort of tailed off around 96, 97. And then they just repositioned the products to the budget level. Didn't change the product. Probably didn't cost a lot to make them to start with. They were just making more profit or probably making more profit at the lower price because more people buy it. Bud Ice is a multi-grain beer. It's made with actual corn grits, corn syrup, barley, and rice, and they use hops and hop extract. Okay, and so you get corn, rice, and barley. Aren't we told to consume multigrains? Icehouse uses barley, corn syrup, and that's the only 2 grains, no rice. Okay, not always available, but I get a case when I see it. You think Bud Ice will be the winner, Kevin? Bart says the old Milwaukee. Yeah, I can't get it. Period. And now it's going up to 6%. It used to be 5.9, but they tweaked the recipe. I'd like to try the new recipe. Icehouse tastes like real beer, says Claude Diamond. Both of these beers taste like real beer, baby. Icehouse suddenly disappeared here in South Jersey and Delaware. Sorry to hear that. Malt Mustang says 1990s, out with the ice, in with the dry. Well, actually, the dry came out before the ice. Remember, dry beer hit the market in 89 with Molson Dry, and it was a hit. So then everybody started copying it real fast, Bud Dry, and so forth. And then ice came after, 4 years later. So ice first. Dry came out first, the dry beers. All it means is the opposite of sweet. But people don't understand those terms. I don't know. Dry beer didn't really make it too big. I have Michelob Dry, Bud Dry, and Olympia, Dry Olympia of all things, Dry Olympia. I found a 6-pack of that in Baton Rouge, Louisiana at Albertsons in 1998. Can you believe it? We get Moosehead Dry here at 5.5, says Shane. See? There are no dry beers left in America, in the United States of America. It's gone. Well, okay. These taste remarkably similar one to another, I have to admit. Beer drinking time is any time of the day. After all, who came up with the 5 p.m. rule? Laughing out loud. Enjoy your life by your terms. Give me malt liquor anytime. Well, I agree with the time frame thing. I have a set schedule of how many beers I drink though per week. 22 to 24. Between 22 and 24 12-ounce beers, 355 if you're in Canada or Scotland, beers a week. I don't ever go over it. I just don't. So what difference does it make if you're drinking it at 5 in the morning, 8 in the morning, 2 in the afternoon, 6 o'clock at night, or 10 o'clock at night? If it's 22 to 24 a week, then it's 22 to 24 a week. I don't, 3 times 7 is 21, right? So that's 3 a day, basically, plus an extra. Isle of Fire. Top of the morning to you. Drinking a Milwaukee's Best Ice now. Oh, yes. I have one in the fridge for this challenge series. Could only find a quart, though, which is inconvenient because then you get, that cuts into what you can drink the whole day. Malt liquor. Shane Giggy says, malt liquor, always malt liquor. What do you happen to be knowing about that? You heard me? All right, so these taste remarkably similar. So I'm gonna try to tell them apart. You heard me? So I'm gonna see what I can do. All right. Okay. Got the little alcohol twang, like I say, like with a whiskey or a rum. You say you crazy, GI. I'm not crazy. I'm just picking it up. Now this one has more lacing, which is screaming Miller to me. These Miller beers got that heavy lacing, so that could be a clue. I didn't really want that clue. I want it to be a taste challenge, not a sight challenge. But I can't help seeing it. The appearance doesn't matter. They're both deep gold. This one's This one seems to have more of a bread-oriented flavor. Now, my friend David got all aggravated about bread. Beer does not taste like bread. I said, yes, it does. I said bread is made from grain and beer is made from grain. And they're both using yeast, to develop the product. And I mean, they're very similar. And they use heat and everything, but he was like, no, no. And I was like, yeah, yeah. Oh, well, we disagreed. That doesn't mean we can't be friends. It just means that I happen to be right in that argument. And I'm unanimous in that. All right. Clean, crisp, refreshing, easygoing, enjoyable. Okay. I don't know. I never could understand that fanaticism about the ice beers that people say, oh, it's so bad. I was like thinking, what are you drinking it warm? You're buying it off the shelf in a warm store and you're drinking it warm. Because I don't get, you get these things ice cold, like I had them in the fridge, very cold. And they're enjoyable. And I mean, to me, I can't speak for other people. I can't speak for anyone else but myself. Somebody was complaining about my father one time. He says things are. I said, I can't speak for other people. All right. You can't speak for me. I can't speak for you. But that's common sense, right? You can only speak for yourself and say, okay, this is what I think about it. And that's what you think about it. We may or may not agree. Now, in this case, what would I buy? Whatever one's cheaper. Whichever one's cheaper. I would not pay a penny more one over the other. I'm serious about it. I can get bottles in both cases, different size bottles. They're both pleasant to drink. Now, this one did have a little chalk undertaste for a minute on that last sip. Oh, well. I get these 15 packs of cans. Which of these? Oh, Milwaukee's Best Ice. We used to get 30 packs, but they started going out of date. And you know what that means? They weren't selling. So they got rid of it. I went to buy a 30 pack at Food for Less, which is no longer open since the storm, Hurricane Ida, devastated the store. I don't know if they're going to reopen. I sure hope they do. I used to go there every day. Seemed like every day. And one time I went to buy a 30 pack. I said, just to let you know, this is a little bit out of date. It was only out of date for like 2 days, by like 2 days. And the lady, the assistant manager, was like, oh no, we sending that back. I said, well, I'm not worried about it, Oh no, I've never seen a store do that. She like took it and wouldn't sell it. We're not selling this. I said, well, it doesn't matter, Oh no, I'm telling the distributor, the guy Danny. And I was thinking, oh man, I had to open my big mouth, So he came and looked at it, and I never saw it again in 30 packs. They pulled the whole thing off the shelf, out of date, and that was it. Gone. It was going to happen eventually anyway. If they see they got 6 30 packs and they all go out of date, they're not moving, so they get. Now, natural ice, they could put 10 30 packs on the shelf at Walmart, and in one day it'll be gone. In one day. And they never order enough. So, like, I don't know what the salesperson is doing. It's like, man, if you're selling 10 in a day and you get shipments so many days a week, why don't you order 30 packs, 30 packs? In 3 days, you go sell them all. And if it doesn't do as well as you thought, then slow down on it. I mean, that's like sensible. So when I go to the store to buy natural ice and it's gone and I buy something else, that means you didn't sell it because I didn't buy it. So I don't know. It should be on the shelf at all times. Okay, I understand since the storm hit months ago, August 2021, we have a lot of out-of-state people, maybe mostly out-of-country people, if you get my drift, working over here. And they working on the roofs and everything, roofs. And when they get off of work, they hit the Walmart, hit the racetrack, hit the Circle K, hit Mathern's, hit Winn-Dixie, and they clear out the store with all the beer. So the next morning it's empty. But that's still should not be a problem because you got this huge amount of beer being consumed in southeastern Louisiana with all these construction workers repairing all the damage, which is going to take another year, I guess. Just ship as much as possible. Don't tell me it's a supply chain thing, because it isn't in this case. So anyway, enough rant and raving. I gotta call it. Shane, do I still get the D-Ice there in Louisiana? D-Ice, Dixie Ice. I see it on the shelf. They do have 6-packs on the shelf at Circle K, but I'm afraid it's woefully out of date. I didn't even bother checking the date the last time because I thought, oh, I ought to do Dixie Ice in this Taste Challenge series as a craft ice beer. Tastes much different than any kind of ice beer you ever tried in your life. But I said, I know it's out of date. They came out with that in April 1st, 2020. April 1st, 2020. And they were like, this is not a April Fool's joke. And they had it everywhere. And it looked like it was selling. And then they got woke. And so that was it. Because they got no sense. But I'm not going to do out-of-date ice beer. Sorry. Maxwell, hello, Ron. Hello to you, Maxwell, in the Russian Federation, interestingly. Jean H. Pierre says, I enjoy both, but going with Bud Ice. Cheers, Ronald, says Dr. Frosty Brew. It would be interesting to see a taste challenge between a bottled beer versus a canned beer of the same kind. Like, for example, a Corona versus Corona bottle versus can. Yes, somebody else brought that up. I could do it. It's just a matter of would I ever get to do? Would I get to it? Would I ever take the time to do it? I could. Wouldn't be difficult. I might do it. I got to see. Definitely Bud Ice, says Dr. Frosty Brew. Isle of Fire. Supposedly the Egyptians drank a lot of beer while building the pyramids. Yeah, but they didn't have ice beer. They didn't have malt liquor. They had sorghum beer. And they didn't have refrigeration, so I bet it was really delightful. All right. I think this is the Bud Ice. But it's the Icehouse. Okay. Well, so the Bud Ice had that little whiskey taste, alcohol presence, and the Icehouse, I'm sorry, the Icehouse had, getting confused. The Icehouse had the little whiskey taste. The Icehouse had the little bit of whiskey taste. And the Bud Ice had the lacing, which I thought was Miller lacing. I thought I had accidentally given it away. Man, amazing. It is really amazing. But I mean, what did I tell you? Isle of Fire says, ah, ha, ha, ha. Yeah, that was a good joke, wasn't it? So just goes to show you, you think you know, but you don't know, but you might know, but you may never know. In my defense, I said the whole time here, they tasted almost identical. So the differences were so minimal, they were almost meaningless in most ways. So let me go get a little bit more, put this back on my shelf. You go up there, Icehouse. You go over here, Bud Ice. Here's the 18-ounce bowling pin bottle I was telling you about. They make the regular bottles now. They don't make the bowling pin bottles anymore, I don't think. I think these were made to actually sell at bowling alleys. 18-ounce brown bottle. But I bought it at a grocery store. And it's gold on the back. Gold, not silver. Now, if that's not a collectible, they don't make collectibles. Yeah. Non-returnable bottle. Well, we don't have deposit in Louisiana, so not in this area. Maybe in North Louisiana. I don't know. The bowling pin bottle, right? I remember that bottle. Cool. Did Bud Ice get rid of clear bottles? Yes. They're gone. I compared Bud Ice to natural ice last night, and Bud Ice was the winner. Okay. Icehouse and plastic bottles. I'm sorry to hear that. Only plastic. The honesty of your taste challenges are what make them genuine and great to watch. Smiley face. Thank you. I have no reason. I'm not going to get on here and lie. You know, like if people criticize the channel, be like, oh, I don't like the way you do things. I would say, okay. You're not under any obligation to like it. But on the other hand, I'm not going to sit here and try to like come up with some kind of like staged thing where I get it right every time. And I can say, oh, look at me. I'm so good at it. They got a guy. I found his channel. I can't remember the name of the channel. He does. I think he makes a mistake because he'll do like 7 different whiskeys. And he'll taste them all. Johnny Walker, red, black, double black, green, platinum, you know, gold label reserve, and so forth. And then he'll try to put them in a slot of where he thinks they belong. And he'll always get most of them wrong. He'll be like, oh, I got 3 out of 7 right. Yeah, but there's so many variables, it's almost impossible. Now, a lot of people, they'll claim, you know, oh, no, I'd never get Johnny Walker wrong. I know my Johnny Walker. Oh, yeah. You doing blind taste tests? Well, no. Okay, well then try that and see how good you are at it. Now but he has no shame. Like he'll just do it. And if he gets them wrong, he says, well, I thought I knew it, you know, and he did I think Doers and Johnny Walker and all kinds of stuff. I said, I think he's making a mistake that he should just do one against the other, which would make it more likely that he will get it correct. Because there's too many variables. When you do more than 2, it's too many variables. It gets very confused. John Walker says, why do some of us beer drinkers have beer guts and others don't? Serious question. I'll tell you why, because it's not a beer gut. I don't have a beer gut because you see a lot of people that eat at a Chinese buffet 3 or 4 times a week. They eat a huge breakfast. They eat snacks during the day. They eat a huge lunch, more snacks, and a huge supper, dinner, whatever they're eating. So I see Americans eating incredible volumes of food, like huge hamburgers from Burger King and huge fries, and everything is huge. Well, common sense, you're going to get fat. I mean, that's a logical explanation. And then they'll talk about, oh, I got a metabolism problem. I said, no, you have a consumption of massive amounts of food problem. It's not an uncommon thing. Look around. Americans eat incredible amounts of food and they waste so much food. I see people dumping food out, just dumping it out. I say, man, this country is going to pay for its sins. You know, it's so bad. I used to be chubby. I had a beer gut, if you want to call it that, but it was a food gut. I lost over 30 pounds. You know why? I stopped eating all that food. I actually drink more beer now than when I started the project of losing weight. But now I eat a tiny breakfast, a good sized lunch, and a tiny supper, and no snacks. Now I eat a morning snack. If I'm working or whatever, I'll get doing a lot of lifting and stuff, carrying and walking. Yeah. That was the key. That did it, man. I'm telling you, at night, I'll eat a few potato chips, like 5 or 6 potato chips. People say you're on a starvation diet. It's not really a starvation diet because you get used to it. Like you just get used to it. So then when you eat too much, you feel it. You're like, oh, I feel like I'm going to puke, you know? Because there's an old saying, the appetite grows with the eating. The more you eat, the hungrier you are. But anyway, to each his own. Now that's it. Okay, let's break this down real fast. It's so subtle. I mean, it's so subtle, it's like almost not even worth mentioning. There's sort of like that little whiskey note, sort of like that little whiskey note. You see what I'm saying? I don't know why I didn't do Milwaukee's Best first, because I should have done Miller versus Miller, but I didn't. I forgot. I wasn't. I was going chronologically, really. 93 versus 94, but then that doesn't make sense because Milwaukee's Best came out in 94. So, oh well, it's too late now. Like Carole King says, too late, baby. Now it's too late. Damn. Oh well, I mean, this is like a draw. It's a draw. It is a draw. Okay, we've been going on too long. Kevin Johnson says, since you have broken glasses, mini glasses, I was assuming you have probably broken some rare collectible beer bottles. Actually, no, I haven't. But I don't wash them every day. You see, that's the problem with the glasses. I'll be washing them, and they slip out your hand and hit the sink. Smash. I'm like, damnation. So, and those Glencairns, those are the worst. Those are the flimsiest things I ever saw. Wonderful glasses. Not saying it, they're not wonderful. And they push all the aroma towards your nose, and you could just be an expert. But you could break those glasses just looking at them hard. You say, let me look at this Glencairn glass real hard. And just your vision, the power of looking at it will make it break. So they're not worth it. Now these Diamore glasses got a lot of resiliency. I have broken one, but not too many. How's Orangey doing, says Maxwell. Oh, she was fine. I don't know where she is right now. I let her out at 5:30. I said, go eat some food. It's cold. You know, it's 36, 37 now. She went out, but she doesn't mind the cold. She's probably running around the neighborhood. I think she goes in the woods. I was laying in bed last night thinking, I bet she goes in the woods during the day and does whatever cats do in the woods, hang around, get up in a tree, kill animals. I know she kills animals. So, well, she was being a real baby last night, sleeping on the bed. And then she, like I said, she wanted me to wake up at 2:00. I said, get on the bed. And she jumped down. Then she jumped right back up. And she was saying, you know, they can't speak English. So she was looking at me in my face like, get up. So I got it. But she was fine. You know, she ate her food. She smelled those shrimp. She wanted to eat the shrimp that I ate for breakfast. I said, you're not eating no shrimp. I said, you're not doing that. Beware of the penguins. I remember those commercials, says John McLeod. I remember those commercials, John. Any plans for upcoming videos this weekend, Ron? Man, look, Craig, I'm so backlogged. I could do no video reviews for a week and a half, and I got everything to post. I could post everything. But golly, I got a bourbon barrel aged, vanilla flavored Imperial Stout, 11%. I did it on Wild Card Wednesday. I'm sorry. Not Wild Card Wednesday. Joker's Wild Wednesday. Oh, that thing was a 98 out of 100 easily. It's New Orleans brewed beer aged in New Orleans bourbon barrels. Yes, they make bourbon and rum in New Orleans, and gin and vodka. Not in it's small scale. Although Southern Comfort is big scale. Southern Comfort is huge. That's all over the world. That's all over the world. And if you look at the Southern Comfort bottles, they now say made in New Orleans. Boy, I'd like to track down where they're making that. But they're so cagey, you know, you can't ever get them to answer, like, what distillery do you make that at? Oh, well, we don't get into all that. It used to be made in Kentucky, but it said New Orleans. We bringing it back to New Orleans. New Orleans. So, but I am so tempted to do that that Imperial Stout. But it's a knockout. 11% alcohol, 300, 16 ounce. What is that in Canadian? 473 ounce. It'll just wreck your world, but it's so good. Oh man, that stuff's good. I got so many beers to review. It's unbelievable. Which is why I tell people don't send me beer, because I got too many already. I mean, I appreciate it, of course. Of course, I appreciate it. Hello, Ron. Good to see you this morning, says N-Man. Hello to you. Man, it's 9:30, a little early to be drinking, huh? Says Cal. Cal, look. Let's talk about something real fast. When I did the Brewdog 5 a.m. Saint, I made sure that I did that review at exactly 5 a.m., okay? I do beer reviews at 5 in the morning, so 9:30 is like midday for me, okay? Howdy, says Ben Strahan. My cat wakes up at 4 a.m. every morning because she's addicted to food. I'm addicted to food too. I eat it every day. Daniel Francis says Milwaukee's best ice. Okay. I wondered about that because I couldn't find any lately, only the light version. Yes, correct, says Craig Swinson. N-Man, one supermarket near me still has probably some of the last 30 packs of Keystone Ice with dates of April 2022. Yeah. I would say buy them now, and that's it. It's over. Party's over. Show's over. Now we got Scammer here, as they tend to be on the internet. That's me right now. Milwaukee's best ice is a nice tasting brew for a decent price. That's good stuff, says Daniel Francis. I'll show y'all if you want to see what I've got coming up. So this is a tie. If you ask me, what do you prefer, Bud Ice or Icehouse? I would tell you both. I prefer both, okay? And I mean even. I'm talking about even. Judgmental reference to beer drinkers, huh? Okay, haha. What? I don't understand that comment. Judgmental reference to beer drinkers. Okay, haha. Went over my head, But I tend to be kind of dense. Anyway, all right. So people are asking why we are drinking so early in the morning. Oh yeah, well, because they're jealous. They're jealous. And it's a game. And we cannot answer for people's jealousy. And I'm certainly not going to worry about it. So here's the next competitor. Look at this can. Look at this can. Can't even get my fingers. Look at this can. Milwaukee's best ice. Look at that. Wow. Well, something tells me that I will be able to tell these apart. But, I'm not totally confident in that. Now, here's the one I was talking about, Craig. Bywater Bourbon, Vanilla Bourbon Stout. I said, this is like drinking a milkshake, a chocolate vanilla milkshake. Man, look at this essay on the back of the can. I mean, who has got the time to read that? This is made in New Orleans. New Orleans. Talk about a good beer. Oh. It better be good as $4.50 a can. Okay, last call for comments. We've been going on a long time, having a good time. Everybody's having a good time. Ben Strahan says, nothing wrong with a morning beer. And I am a partisan of that, I drink both so I don't get bored for either one. Olive Fire says, time is relative. I will drink a beer whenever I want to drink a beer. And then Ben Strahan says, cheers, I'll drink to that. That was the reason for my judgment reference. That's all. I apologize if I offended anyone. No, you didn't offend anyone. Well, you probably did, because some people are like, their whole purpose in life is to be offended. Nice can. Thank you. Where did you find that stout? Never seen any of them on the North Shore, says Ben. Got it at Mathern's. They have multiple cans. Aquistapace probably has it, but it's expensive. I mean, $17.99 for a 4-pack. This is not a joke. This is not a drill. This is the real deal. Bywater bourbon. It's made by Port Orleans, and they're aging it in, what's the name of that company? Oh, 73 Distilling Company. 73, because there's 73 neighborhoods in New Orleans. 73. They make bourbon. Where did you find that? Oh, everything goes in cycles, says, and man, I couldn't get a Bud Ice for years, and it showed up again in summer of 2021. Milwaukee's best ice was everywhere, and about 2 or 3 years ago, it disappeared. Yeah, I know this. What hot sauce? I know how that goes. What hot sauce do you currently have? Louisiana Supreme from St. Martinville, Louisiana. Mike the Russian bot. All right. Dr. Frosty Bruce says Baba Booey. Mama Monkey, Booey, Baba Booey. Ben Strahan says, geez, I forgot how insane Aquistapace prices were. But I've gotten some great deals. I've gotten great deals at Aquistapace. Now, yeah, Aquistapace is expensive. I'll agree with that. But I've gotten great deals at Aquistapace. Like, they had this Bacardi. They probably got a deal somewhere. You know how that works. But they got this. They had this Bacardi. This was last year. They had Bacardi Major Laser, full-size bottles. I said, what is Major Laser? I never heard of this. $7.99 a bottle. Well, you know as well as I do, I immediately bought that. I said, I don't know what Major Laser is, but I bought it without any hesitation whatsoever. And then I tried it. Oh, was it good? Yeah, it's no longer made. They were only made for about a year or two. Oh. Best deal I ever got on rum. Best rum deal I ever got in my life. Too many beers. What a good problem, says Claude. Right. Craig Swinson says Fafa Frosty, Mama Monkey, Baba Booey, Booey. John Miles says, hey, Ron, you look beautiful. Right. What is Aquistapace? Aquistapace is a grocery store. Major Lazer is a DJ and producer, to my knowledge. Yeah, and they did a collaboration. They're from the Caribbean islands. They did a collaboration with Bacardi. Yes. I live in my home state of Michigan now, so I am not unfamiliar with a lot of snow. Watching any sports today, says Kevin Johnson. Maybe. Oh, yes, I will. Either on television or live. It's college baseball season, y'all. A lot of great games this weekend. Bethune-Cookman University from Daytona Beach. Aren't they from Daytona Beach, Florida? At Louisiana State University. Tennessee Tech University at Southeastern Louisiana University. Youngstown State from Ohio at University of New Orleans. Oh, yeah. Acuista Pace is a luxury wine and spirit shop in Louisiana. Yes, that's right. Years ago, there was a laser malt liquor. Oh, yeah. Well, it has nothing to do with malt, Major Laser. Hi, all, says Rubesy Boobsy. Okay. Batter up, home run. Are you excited that the Major League Baseball's lockout ended? Says Hunter. Yeah, because I used to always watch Major League Baseball at night when I'm trying to go to sleep. It helps me fall asleep. Either that means I enjoy it or it's so bland it makes me so dull it makes me fall asleep. But I just think it's a good game to watch and you really enjoy it. All right. So anyway, the moral of the story is Bud Ice or Icehouse. They're both good beers, and either way the cut goes, you get a great product that you will enjoy. Okay. Now that's the way I feel about it. I said that in 2010 when I started this channel. I said that in 2015. I said that in 2020, and I'm saying it now. Bud Ice, Icehouse are good beers to try. Now, they're not at the level of Bywater, Vanilla, Bourbon Barrel Stout, but then you would have to have a child's mentality to think otherwise. This is $4.50 a can, and I bought the Bud Ice for $2.39 for a 40-ounce bottle. But then I'm telling you things you know already. You know, I had people tell me that sometimes, telling me stuff like, well, you know, Kentucky Dale is a very cheap whiskey. They're telling me this. You know, Kentucky Dale is a very cheap whiskey. I'm like, it is? Oh, that's why it was $6.99 a bottle, full-size bottle, because it's a very cheap whiskey. Wow. I'm glad you told me that. I thought it was premier, like Johnny Walker Blue Label or the you know, that $400 bottle of Jose Cuervo, you know, that like 25-year age Jose Cuervo, $400. I thought it was that. Okay. I'm having some coffee with whiskey, kids, says Rubesy Boobsy. Okay. I wouldn't drink too much of that. Well, I probably would drink too much coffee. I don't know about the whiskey. Okay. All right. Well, all right. Beer and whiskey snobs are the worst. Oh, they are just totally so self-absorbed. And it's funny because everybody else sees it and they don't. They don't see it. They're like, people are watching my channel and they are so impressed. They're not impressed. That's the problem. They're thinking, who is this character? You know, it's like the total opposite of what they're thinking. Anyway, all right, enough's enough. I won't even be doing any liquor, rum, brandy, whiskey, tequila, mezcal until April 17th. So I did the Southern Comfort 100 proof, but that's a liqueur. I would like to bring in the Southern Comfort Black Label 80 proof. I'd like to bring in the Southern Comfort 70 proof. Those are, well, I got to admit that the 100 proof was pretty good. Was pretty good. I was shocked because I thought I'm going to hate this, you know, but I didn't hate it. The non-best stuff makes the better stuff taste better. Okay. Nothing like a good coffee and whiskey on a cold. I've never had coffee and whiskey, honestly. All right. Thanks, everybody. Y'all take care now. I got to go watch all these videos. Gin mixes surprisingly well with coffee, too. Gin. Oh, you better talk to my daughter about gin. She's a gin drinker. You're welcome. Man, you're welcome. Y'all take care now. Have a good Saturday.